It's not a dildo. Sorry. Let's see. Let's go pull out the Avenger. What the? This closest thing I got to a dildo. I'm sorry. It's called a timing wheel. Oh, I bet he ain't got one of them either. You know why? Because he don't know fucking shit. He's a try-hard copy fucking bastard. And I called to check on his fucking mate. How many times? You know it's fucking him. Let's go. Yeah, so I was going over the Avenger. I still didn't talk the head off of it yet, but I was adjusting the clutch because it came maxed out. Max to the core. Let's see. I have some intakes I made for the Smolik intake. Extras. Of course, you know. Had that before they ran out. Anyway. Yeah, got me a little Duke's piston too. Except this Avenger came from Kelly with a real balanced crank. You want some real info? Don't go to that fucking losing. So I'm gonna give you a rundown on clutch operation, people. Sometimes you get a clutch and it feels like it's hitting the door. I'm sorry. Sometimes you get a clutch and it feels like it's hitting the door. It's so strong. Well, when I got this from Kelly, Avenger 85, I thought it was maxed out. I couldn't move it, you know. But I knew what to do because I've done it to myself before. Even if you tighten that spring too much and you get a little bit of throw, well, see, I got all the throw I want now. I got it perfectly set up. Even though it's a stock plate, I will be getting an upgraded plate. Put the green pads in, so you know what? That'd make it even tighter, right? It had them old doo-doo tire pads in there. Take that out, put the green pads in. Only put 5 in, but they're taller, right? Were they 9 millimeters or something? I can't remember. But when you get it and you can barely move this like this, the simplest trick to do is to space this cover. Once you space this cover and you back that screw off, start tightening that screw till this comes loose. Once this gets loose, you can do it a couple more turns for pad wear, then it's perfect. But I also like taking the pin out, putting my grease gun in there and pumping it full of grease till it comes out. And I push the pin in. Then I take the door and I take the pin out and I put 3 or 4 pumps in that door and then I put the rod back in. It also helps lube the chain. But yeah, they did make a nice intake. Yeah. I guess my camera's dirty. But I took the coil out because I didn't have one for the blue bike. So it was 410 ohms when I tested it. Evening, Kevin, Chad. I'm sorry, I couldn't watch no more of that other show where he brought out a big white dildo. Did y'all see that? I'm sorry. That was a shame. And then he acted like he didn't do it. The motherfucker said 2 weeks ago he had a store down the road. Anyway, we're going to get off that. Kevin, it was sad. You have to go back and rewatch it. Hopefully he gets banned again because he used my name, but he didn't use the alien with a thumb up, and I got on there real quick. Anyway. That loser is a loser. He's a try-hard loser. Anyway, I got the Smolik flange too. Oh yeah, Kevin, what I was saying, that flange I gave you was a Smolik flange, and I found my other one. Yeah, I bought these in 2021. Anyway, I got this one. I don't know what exhaust I'm going to run on it yet. I got to take this head off. I still hadn't taken the head off. But I did notice that my piston At bottom dead center is a millimeter below the port off the dump. I ain't done nothing to this but adjust the clutch, set it up how I want it. That's it. I ain't took the top off. I've only looked inside the ports. Ports look good, but at bottom dead center, I can see that ring. I don't have it all open or I'd spin it down. It's hard to do it with one hand. I'm not doing it. Take my word. It drops down a millimeter below the port. So anyway, when I take it all off, I'm gonna see how it all works out and see if I did get the sanded head. I don't know. I haven't checked the squish gap on it yet either. But yeah, that's the one that came from Kelly with the balance crank, the hardened bevel gear, everything. It was really nice for what I paid. If they get some more in, I might grab another one from him. But anyway, yep. And then we got, I showed y'all. We got them when they came out. Made my own little intake gaskets because making your gaskets is the simplest thing you could do if you're going to be in this hobby, people. Make your own gaskets. And let's see, who we got? Willard, what up? Sorry for the shaky hands. And why is my screen all messed up? Sorry, people. Somehow I touched something and made my screen go different colored. Hopefully it's not all blurry. But yeah. That's the big Avenger head. And it'll sit on there like that. Boom, boom. But yep, it is very nice. I didn't have to do no cleaning on it. I will rub that inside edge there by the spark plug. Yeah, my phone sucks. I need to get another one. But anyway, the heads are worth it. They do. They do cool better and give you that extra oomph. Oh, that's the 32 millimeter intake where you can here. I got the stuff. This fits directly on that and clamps down, and then you can put your card, cut it to length, however long you want it. What's up, Mike? But yeah, I'll cut some of this off, and this is what I'm using, this type pipe. And it's over there on the horizontal. We had 21 for a minute there, fellas. 22. Yep, see, I cut a piece of the pipe off, put it on the horizontal there, which that's also a 32 millimeter. You can get that for the G2. And this pipe is a perfect 32 millimeter inside. So it makes a great seal. You can get them on, was it Amazon or eBay? I can't remember. I seen Kurt listed online a couple months ago. He did it last year too, but it was a different brand. Then he had to find another brand. But yeah, that's where I found that at from reading. But yep, it works good, and that's the little PWK 21 in there. Anyway, back to the Phantom. We will be popping the top on the Phantom. Not tonight, because my tools are out in the truck. But yeah, 32 millimeter. I think it was $35. They also make a VM18 one now. But oh, and since I got some of y'all on here, I'll show you what me and Kevin, what I'm gonna be sending Kevin here for a giveaway. We're gonna be working on a collab on a giveaway. Not that little motor. Maybe I'll build that motor and give it away. But you know, and there will be people that will not be allowed to win the motherfucking motor too. And the list has already started. So if you think you're gonna win and play a game, you better think again. Anyway. Nothing fancy, just cheap stuff. Yep. I'm gonna send them too, unless he wants. I'm gonna keep them. Those my Kevin bolts. I got a couple sets of those. But this is what I'll be sending Kevin for long. I am gonna send it. I don't care. He may not want me to send it. I'm still gonna send it. This is a little VM18 intake that you could have got from where'd I get it? Yeah, you can't get them no more. I think that guy Minarelli Mitch sells them on his site, but I got 2 of them. I'm gonna send Kevin this one. I made a little gasket for it. It says, what does it say? Intake side, engine side. Ultra gray this and bolt it on. I don't know. I sent a little cheap clutch plate. He don't need that shit. I just don't need it. But I did put on a upgraded bolt. I mean, it's one of the newer style, you know, with the circles, but it's still a stock plate. I mean, I got like 10 stock plates. I'm gonna send some pads because he's gonna build an engine. So I'm gonna send everything I can. There's more stuff I'm gonna send too. Like I'm sending pads for it, but those are the little cheap 47 piston port. This cylinder is so nice. It's like the best casting of one of those little cylinders I've ever seen. It's the same cylinder I'm running on the blue bike. Slightly different porting though. The one I'm running on my bike has a boost port. This one is just skirted piston. But I've already honed it, sanded it, coated it. That's oil. Let's see if we can get up in there, boys. Yep. She's a donkey. I need to round that edge off back in there. Fuck it. No boost port. I could put a boost port in it, but look how thick that cylinder is, people. It's massively thick sleeve. I really like that skirted piston. It's a little lopsided. But that piston, this is the cool little piston. See those 4 corners? These are the coolest little China pistons I ever found. The best looking ones, let's just say. I haven't seen a China piston look as good as these. They came with no markings. I haven't. It's been in the box a while, people. But it's like butter. Single ring setup. I may put a boost port, or I may let him put one in it. But this is going to be the cylinder that he's going to build a motor and give it away on his channel. If I have to send him, I could send him that little China head there, my old gold head, but I think he said he had a head. We're going to talk more about it, but if y'all are watching, this is a sneak peek. Yep, just lightly touched in here. This is the same width. All I did was clean it up. I didn't touch this port, the exhaust port, just the on the inside. It looks wider on the screen, but it's not really that wide. It just looks wider on the camera, y'all. It's not really that wide. Actually, the camera makes it look huge, but it's not that huge. It's still way within spec and safe. But it's not also not decked, so he'll, you know, that's set up for when he puts it on the cylinder and starts to run it, and then or when he starts to set up the build, then he can deck it for the squish and all that. But yeah, these cylinders are so clean. I got this one from Boy Go Fast. No markings, so you could engrave like your insignia or your name on them right there. And these are 40 millimeter spacing, not 32. See those old divots for the old school 32? Anyway, yeah, it's actually a really nice cylinder. But yeah, that's the one like I got on the blue bike, and the blue bike does over 50. I didn't put that kind of port timing on here, but it is in the 20s. So he's going to run the motor before he gives it away. That's going to be like the thing. And I don't know if he can clean it before he ships it to somebody, which I'm pretty sure he can pack it so it won't have no oil in it or nothing, but it will be ran. That way can't nobody say, oh, he gave away. And we're going to wear them out, you motherfuckers, anyway. Try to. But yeah, I got bored, so I started my own live. Why not? You get tired of seeing the same lying sons of bitches. Try hard motherfuckers. They ain't did shit for nobody. Anyway, I'm gonna have to put all that back in the box later. I can't do that on the camera. I will read you a question. Yeah, that's what I need, questions. No, Mike, I never heard of that shit. It doesn't have to be an OZ coil. This ain't an OZ coil, and it's 410 ohms. It also doesn't have high compression. It is single ring. I didn't put both rings in that. This one does have high compression, both rings, and we'll eat most people's billet cases up. How about that? Strike. No, Mike, I never heard of that shit. You can get a stronger spark, though, or, you know, if they got that much compression, they need to ease off the compression. But yep, Duluth gasket, which I needed that because on this one I built this, it was rubbing the door, so I had to space it off a little bit, and the gasket helped. So, but yeah, like I tell y'all, you'll enjoy these covers. I fill them full of grease, like I told you. Run that down in there. This lasts many engines rebuilds. I love them covers. They're $30, people. I mean, shit. Questions? Did you break out your meter and check your coil wires, Mike, and see if they test one way or the other? One way you'll get no reading. The other way you'll get the reading. I can't remember which one it is, but check your ohms and see if the coil's not dead. And then check your magnetism of the magneto. Make sure it's still got magnetism. And then fucking, if you got a kill switch, unwire that son of a bitch. And then try it again. Nope. Okay, I had to weld this pipe up. I'm not a good welder, but I was able to. This pipe actually runs up to here, and I chopped it, which is right here. So then in turn, I was able to take this because it was a slip flange header, and I was able to turn it around, and it fit perfectly over this pipe. So I was able to slide it up and down, get my angle. And you're not going to believe this. You see this whole piece, that flange and this piece of pipe is an exhaust for a 212 that I bought probably 10 years ago for a go-kart. And I was able, the stud spacing, I didn't have to modify. The exhaust lined up. All I had to do was chop it off my old pipe I had out in the house. And it was perfect. This is the exhaust tip. They put a ring on it for safety years ago when they made them. But yeah, for the little 50cc, I was able to chop it. And then it runs to about right there inside that pipe. It just comes and turns a little bit, and then bam, that's the only thing I had to do. Weld here and weld here. Oh, evening DNS. And then the support that was up here, I cut off and welded it to the back of the pipe here. I bent it, welded it here. Crappy welds, y'all. I mean, I'm not a welder. Anyway, came down here and drilled a hole. I'm probably going to put the other bolt that's here that can go in it too, but it's not going to where I can move the whole bike. But yeah, so didn't have to buy that. I just chopped it off here and bent it and re-welded it to here. So now I got a solid mount. It slightly turns and then connects up to the pipe real smooth, like a little bit of boo-boo weld. But yeah, it was like NSR 50 pipe from Treatland. It's $100. Is rated for 50 cc to 100 cc. I mean 50 to 80. And that engine's a 50 cc, 40 by 40 square. And yeah, for the ride I showed y'all, it actually impressed the shit out of me for a 50 cc. And it still got more. There ain't no timing plate on it or nothing. But oh, and the ride home, I didn't tell y'all about the video. The ride home video, I was going to lean down and get into it, and it started breaking up on me. And when I got home, I could see fog in the case right here. And it was squirting out water right here a little bit out this one because I didn't JB weld them up. I just capped them. So I will be JB welding this up too. But the water was coming down, and it was running down, and it was getting on my fucking electronics right here. So when I started to get down on it, it was cutting me out. It's breaking up. I was like, fuck. Let off of it. As soon as I got home, it was still running. I just couldn't get on it hard. When I got on it hard, it'd start spewing out. Anyway, I probably didn't have the pump on either. Anyway. But yeah, and it got wet. So I got home, hit it with the hit it with this. Hit it with my air, blow it all out, let it dry out, and then I fucking got my gasket. I put the ultra gray on the gasket, on the spacer, on the door. So it's silicone shut now. So I won't have to ever worry about water touching it again. We don't want to do that again. But yeah, it's just a little VM18. I got a 19 millimeter I could put on here. And see, I got the updated gasket. Y'all don't know about this. Treatland sells them though when you go check on their stuff. No filter. The camera's looking shitty. Anyway, yeah, but there's an update for this little gasket in here. It makes it even a tighter fit. I think it was like $4 or $5. But I have a 19 millimeter Polini, my bad. Polini. This is the 21 millimeter, my bad. We're not going to put this on there. I was going to put this on the Smollett case, but I might get a 24 for it. I mean, I could put this 21 on there. I'd have to have a little hose clamp, but I don't want that. I have a 19 out in the house that is a clamp style, and it will fit on there. But this is a 21. It's actually very nice cobs. And you could power jet it right there if you wanted. Still have to trim that. I'm not doing all that. I would put a deeper bowl. Be about the only thing I would do. But yeah. I got a 20, like I said, I got a 19 I could put on here if it needs it. Right now it's 27 and a 70 on break-in. And I think I need a 25 because that's the next one down. And I don't have it. Actually, the 25's in the blue bike. It's running 25 and 67.5. I think it's on a little iron 47 because I only got 2 Makunis and 1 set of jets. So But yeah, we'll get back to this another day. I still got to get a battery for it, another battery, because the 8-volt I have won't run it. The 12-volt will. It calls for 12 or 16. Green gasket. What size gasket you use on the 49 iron sleeve? Well, that one's different. That one, you could just use a bottom gasket DNS. This one over here was custom. I don't remember really. Oh yeah. Where's the other one? No, look, I found it. On this one, I had to use a spacer and a gasket. This is the one I had Kevin deck the cylinder. This is mine with the Mega third transfer. And I had Kevin do the top to top for me. It's the only thing he did. And then I said I picked up a scar. I showed y'all once. I picked up a scar. It's like a big. She ran 10,000 though, and I wasn't. But once I took it apart and I seen that scar, I just kept. Oh yeah, the fucking crank. The crank was the problem. But yeah, it had a little scar in it. But yeah, this is the 49, and I had to use that spacer, which was 2.5 millimeters, and a gasket for this one to get it back up to get the full exhaust. The one I sent you, you could use a standard gasket, or you can go, like I tell everybody, and buy the, hold on. Let y'all finish looking at a little bit of eye candy. Early port works. My shitty camera, you can't see nothing. I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway. Yeah, DNS. I think you just need to go get the Cometic. This is the thinner one. This is like the blue one. But I've been using the white one. And the white one, like I used on here, is like 1.6 millimeter. So I'm able to adjust my squish because I had pop-up on here. I forget how much pop-up I had with no gaskets. And on this one, I had to use the white one, which is the thickest one. It's like 1.6 millimeters. But once you squish down, you know, you can take away, anyway, gasket material. Make your own gaskets. You could stack them or double stack them, but I usually just, I make one like out of this stuff. I know it's not real cheap, but it's not real expensive. I don't remember. All right, here we go. Caliper time. Might be dead. Oh, here we go. You're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. I'm squeezing it, but it's right around 8, this one. If I let off, hold on, let me try. Yeah, I'm getting different readings, getting like 0.87, 0.86. I must have been on a low spot. Yep. And it squishes down pretty good too, you know, but you don't want to kill it. But I also ultra gray every gasket. That white one, let's see if I got any more white left. Well, for example, here. This gasket I made is of the same material. What I tell you, 1.6 is what I told you. And this is Cometic 2. Good stuff. But I get it at O'Reilly's. Okay, ooh, I didn't see. Yeah, you're gonna have to get you another gasket and a head gasket, a better head gasket. Stock ones, I don't know how thick they are. And my box is not in here no more. The stock head gasket, I don't know. The copper ones they usually use are 0.5 millimeter, which is 0.5 DNS. So, but between like Two Strokes comment, he had a video today or yesterday that he linked back up, just an old video he made, and it was talking about your base gasket and your top gasket on fixing your squish on stuff. But if it's hitting, put another head gasket. You should be fine. Or you can add a bottom gasket, whichever one you want to do. If you add a bottom gasket, it's going to adjust your port timing just a hair. It's going to raise it. You'll probably squish it back down to normal anyway. So it's either or DNS. If it's hitting, you're either going to add a base or add a top gasket. You can run two. Even the professionals online say you can run two. I don't want to run two either, but I would do a base gasket and then check it and then run the top. I'm going to start putting this stuff up while y'all. Let's see. Yep. I don't know. If I can answer your question, I will. If I won't, I ain't going to bullshit you. That is the truth. Anyway, I have to rearrange all this stuff another day. I'm just going to throw it back on the top, bro. And not mess up my gasket. Or this nice intake. Somebody's going to win. DNS. Somebody's going to win this from Kevin when he builds it. I mean, I may keep the clutch plate. I'm going to send it. I don't care. I don't need it. Put the new fancy little screw in it. Actually, that's one of the clutch screws from Ryan's wide cranks. Anyway, stuff for another day. Community stuff. Community stuff. I got to put this 49 up. I'm going to rebuild it. I got the cases right over there. I put new bearings in the case already to rebuild this engine. $10,000 RPMs, read them and weep. And she wasn't fully adjusted. She was only on the first mark of the timing plate. But that timing plate I took off when I took that motor down. And that timing plate is on this motor. And I got the timing plate on this motor at halfway. Smollett timing plate set to halfway with 11 tooth and stock reeds. On a stock bottom end, don't tell nobody. It's stock, y'all. It's real stock. However, this one has got this one's fully built and has the balance crank that I got from Kevin's shop. Best in the business. Anyway. Yep. And see, yeah, I made these. Oh yeah, I've already told y'all that's a little Avenger gaskets. I got to put that crap up. No, you didn't kill it. You probably over talked it. But yeah, oh yeah, don't use those green gaskets they send. It's the worst gasket ever. They smush, and when the oil gets to them, they're not oil friendly, and they leak like a sieve. DNS. Don't use those green gaskets they send with the 49. I know I sent it to you. I don't think I sent you the green gasket. If I did, shame on me. But you could use a stock gasket or two. Anyway, it was fun. I mean, oh yeah, I got some extra green pads in today. $3 a pack. I forgot my buyer. I'll get them from. They're $3 a pack, y'all. If you're paying more than $3 a pack, I'll send you a link. $3. 3. It was like $6 and some cents. Vintage lowrider. So when I do upgrade the pedals, instead of that weld job I did, man, these will be going on there. Same, I think it was the same company I got the handlebars from. I think so. Yeah, my camera's being all kind of stupid, yo. Anyway. Yeah, we'll put this down here and then get the European set eventually. See here, I had to cut it off. And I had another pedal crank I welded on to this pedal crank so I could extend it out past this, which is not out far, but still got to grind it a little more too. Not out that far. I mean, it's tight up in there. She real tight up in there. Like real tight up in there, up under there. She clear though. Very clear. And that's a China ignition. There's no fancy ignition on there yet. I have many tricks to do to make this little thing faster, but I don't need it too fast. The goal, simple goal, 10,000 RPMs or 50 miles an hour. Which all I got to do is 1136 and we're doing 50. I mean, it did 44 already, not topped out. On a 42, 50 cc. Little bitty piston. Not even tuned all the way. But yeah, I gotta put this stuff up. I gotta go with this shit. I gotta get ready for work, people. I got to get some sleep. I only got one. Oh no, wait. The other one's the Falcon. You couldn't use it anyway. That's the only real belly pipe I got right there. That one is a leg burner, but it will be used again. That and I can run on any China motor on a felt frame. That's what it's set up to do. Any China motor on a felt frame. Yep. Thanks, Willard. DNS. Yeah, y'all have a good night. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm about to go to bed myself. But yep, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I was just killing time anyway. Calming down. But yep, we'll do it again.